Hey, it's Rebecca. The messier, the better. I am so glad you're here. And sometimes I get questions dropped in the DMs that I can actually answer. Questions about my love life, my availability, my looks, my anything. I actually just don't go answered whatsoever. Actually gets tossed away. But sometimes they're really great questions that are built upon the reels that I post on Instagram that I think is worthwhile to bring to a longer format here on our YouTube channel. So again, the messier the better, meaning like we're going to dive into the mess because on the other side there is better. And the better is not necessarily like solving problems, but more understanding yourself so that you can manage the mess as yourself as you clearly see what you're in, what you're choosing, and how you're moving forward. And one of the questions that I got was awesome. Again, looking at codependent relationships and what codependency looks like within a primary relationship, somebody that you are partners with, someone you're in a marriage with. And the question was, if my partner is going through a really hard time, where do I draw the line between being empathetic and kind and caring and really like supportive, and where does that become codependent, where it starts draining me, where their emotions start tugging at me, where I want to rescue them. And how do I like really walk that fine line of not turning emotionally off to my partner and saying, well, this is all about you, but staying in the game and really knowing that their emotions are their own and not yours. So let's look at codependency. Again, if we think about the definition of codependency as I'm not okay until you're okay. And when you're okay, and everything I do is to make you okay, when that happens, then I'm okay. And it sets us up for failure. It sets us up for failure because the emotions of somebody else and how they're processing and what they're experiencing on the outside of the relationship has frankly nothing to do with us. Let me say that again. It frankly has nothing to do with us. I don't go to work with my spouse. I don't walk with him through the things that he's dealing with his employees. I don't help him drive home. I don't help him make decisions about his normal day. He does that all on his own. So when our spouse comes home from work and we start hearing about the emotions that our spouse is experiencing on the outside of our home and really on the outside of our relationship, our job, our only job is just to listen. That's it. Just listening is kind. Just listening is caring. Just listening is supportive. And when they ask you for your opinion and you feel like you don't want to give it, or you feel like it's not my place to give it, or I don't have an answer, or if I give you an answer and it doesn't work out, then I'm going to get blamed for it. I think you just go back to the person you say, I totally trust how you're going to navigate this. I'm looking forward to watching you grow through this. This sounds really difficult, but I know that you have what it takes to figure this out. You've got this. I'm here to listen. I'm here to give feedback if you want. But if not, I'm just going to be that silent cheerleader in the background, really great, like cheering on my partner. When we start diving into how can we help? What can we do for you? How can we make this better? We are now not empathetic. We are now hopping into their world and trying to fix their world according to us, not according to them, but according to us. It's twofold in the destructive space. Number one, if I hop in and try to fix it and you don't like how I tried to fix it for you, then you're going to push back on me, not the scenario. I become the easy target. So that's number one. Number two, all I am doing is not helping. I am now enabling. And the enabling says, I don't trust that you can do this on your own. I don't actually trust that you can sit in these emotions and not do anything destructive. I don't trust that you'll figure this out. So I'm going to hop in and do it for you. And what that does is it pulls down the opportunities for that person to press into their own pain and their own struggles and to figure it out on their own. Confidence is built when we push in to our struggles. Confidence is built when we push into adversity and we realize, oh my gosh, I am strong enough. If we want to disable a person's ability to actually press in, then we enable them. And codependents are so willing to enable other people. I promise it's like this tagline. I'm codependent. Help me enable you. Honestly, stop. Stop. We do this for our spouses, we do this for our children. We do this maybe for coworkers or neighbors, friends, family members. And it's constantly emotionally giving to manage everybody else's emotions so that we're okay. And the reality is, even if they're emotional, we're still okay. Let me say that again. Even if they're emotional, we're still okay. We're still a great spouse. We're still a great parent, still a great friend, still a great daughter, son, child. We are still doing well. But when we hop into somebody else's mess to make it better for them, our mess actually becomes worse. So as you think about this kind of double bind, the double bind is like, I want to fix you, so it fixes me. I want to fix you, so it fixes me. It actually ignores what we need to work on ourselves. And we become very attuned on how everybody else needs to fix. But when we're in a double bind, it keeps us stuck and we do the same thing over and over again. And then we wonder why we repeat these patterns in our relationships, no matter who we're with. We want different, we want change, we want better. And if we want that, then we've got to press towards doing things differently. So, a supportive spouse is the goal. A supportive spouse is walking in and saying, babes, you look like you had a rough day. I'm going to give you a big hug. I'm going to give you a listening ear. And here I am, just to listen and cheerlead you. I'm not going to solve it for you. I'm not going to make things better. I'm not going to be emotionally tied to fixing your emotions because I'm taking care of me. And I'm okay. Even if you're emotional, I'm still okay. I truly hope this helps in this codependent weaving of a web that we've done all by ourselves, by the way. It's a very unconscious process when we start becoming codependent. And again, we're amazingly strong. We can see things really clearly for everybody else, but not ourselves. I hope this helps. Please like and subscribe. I look forward to digging through codependency a little more with you. A little more? A lot of more. I know for me, this was so key in my healing when coming out of a marriage that actually, like, absolutely, like, drained me. And when I started really leaning into my own codependency, it started making everything really clear. So I'm very clear on why I do what I do, and I'm very clear what I choose to give and what I don't choose to give. And I'm also very clear that I can be loving and kind and supportive without depleting my own resources. And so this is what we're here doing together. If you have any questions about codependency and what that looks like in a key relationship, primary relationship with a spouse, somebody that you're a partner with, somebody that you're living with, I'm so happy to get those questions and really pull those out and answer them here. This is a great way to dialogue. We're dialoguing not because I'm your therapist, but because I'm a fellow traveler in this journey called life. So thank you for being here. Thanks for your time. I hope you're well. Check back for more. We'll see you soon.